Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sandy Chess and welcome back to 1 Year 365. Today we will discuss about Stonehenge. Stonehenge. I don't know how to pronounce that, but for sure we will talk about this thing over here. I think there's a picture. Yeah, this thing over here. Um, Also, there are some things I would like to say. First, the next few days, well, not really few days, but more like the next week, I guess. We will actually discuss about structure or stuff, I guess, that involves in the making of, human-made, like man-made, basically, or woman-made. Who knows, right? Maybe back then, like some women also, took part into building any of this, right? Who knows? But anyway, besides the point, we'll actually talk about all this stuff that involves around building, structure, or stone, or something like that. The next, I guess, week or 2 weeks as well. There's a lot of stuff that I want to cover, basically. Um, but today we will start with Stonehenge. Also, this video will be up around 14th of November, I believe, or November 14th. And it means, basically probably like until the end of November. Well, not really. I mean, I said the next week or 2 weeks, right? So that's about until 21 or 25, I guess, of November. Um, there will be lots of this stuff that we'll talk about structures, right? Although I kind of also want to talk about because this is already November, right? The time I'm releasing this video, and yeah, like basically there's already some Christmas vibes, right? Like it's almost towards the end of fall as well, I believe, right? At some parts, maybe it's already start snowy or snowing somewhere, probably, right? Because I believe October is like the peak of fall, autumn, I guess, where people harvest lots of stuff, right? And then after that, November is, like basically all these plants will dry, right? Like you're just waiting for it to dry itself out, right? After harvest, especially the plant will most likely die, right? Especially for plants that only be harvested only once per plant, right? And not regenerate every time. So yeah, I also kind of want to talk about, like about winter as well, but I think we will be more into discussing about that probably around starting from December, because December, honestly guys, December is like my favorite month of the year. My least favorite or the most hated one, I guess, well, personally, probably September. And the time I'm recording this, it's still September. It's actually towards the end of September. Like we only have like 2 days left until September ends. Um, I guess it's time to wake up as well, right? Like like wake me up when September ends. I guess, but I'm not gonna do that at October 1st. I don't think, because yeah, I don't think there's actually something. Well, you paid. I forgot already. By this point, you already know what happened on October, right? Of course, Spooktober, right? But yeah, I'm not doing the like reverse wake me up when September ends, right? Because September already ends, I guess. By this point, also, like. But yeah. Anyway, I'm already off tangent already. Let's just start, I guess. I kind of want to talk about something else. Oh yeah, this one over here, the second tab. It's about theories about Stonehenge. I'm not sure if we can cover this as well in this video. Maybe I want to come back to this in the future. Maybe, like part 2 of this. But I guess we'll have to find out, right? But yeah, there's that. The plans for the next week, I guess. Kind of spoiler, but you probably already kind of guess which structures that involve around stones or man-made stuff that I'm going to discuss, right? Yes, you're right. But anyway, can we just start? I guess Stonehenge. Okay, Stonehenge is a prehistoric monument on Salisbury Plain in Wiltshire or Wiltshire. I think it's Wiltshire, right? England. 2 miles, 3 kilometers west of Amesbury, I guess. It consists of an outer ring of vertical sarsen standing stones, each around 13 feet or about 4 meter high. Oh, okay, that's actually wait, hold on. No, right? How is it that it is? Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, but 4 meters. That's actually smaller than I thought. Like like basically, I thought this was like 5 stories building, but no, I guess. Oh, that's actually interesting. Okay, I actually have, kind of like explanation by myself, I guess, about how they do this. They did this, I guess. Just because the fact that it's only 4 meters. Okay, so for the reference, the if you're at your room right now, usually most of the time, the height of your room from the floor to the ceiling, it's around 4 meters. So yeah, it's actually only that big, that high, right? That short, I would say. Yeah, it appears like bigger than what it actually is somehow. Um, like basically, if this is 4 meters, then let's half that, like divide that into two, and then reduce a little bit, I guess, and you got yourself your height over there, right? Just slightly under 2 meters probably, right? For general, like average human, probably around, either 1.6 meters until like 1.8 meters, right? Or 1.9 even, who knows, right? But yeah, like it's not that high. It's not as tall as what I imagined. Okay, that's actually interesting one. All right, 7 feet wide or 2.1 meters. Okay, so that's about yeah, 2 meters. I guess that's half about the height then. Yeah, actually, yeah, I can kind of see that as well. Like, if you divide that into two, then you can kind of see a little bit of square, like almost square, right? Almost square, basically. Yeah. Anyway, and weighing about 25 tons. Okay, that's 25 kilograms. I mean 25,000 kilograms. That's about multiply that by 2.2. That's about 55,000 pounds, basically, topped by connecting horizontal lintel stones. Inside is a ring of smaller blue stones. Oh, blue stones, what's that? I actually never heard about that. Inside these are freestanding trilithons, two bulkier vertical sarcens joined by one lintel. The whole monument, now ruinous, is aligned towards the sunrise on the summer solstice. The stones are set within earthworks in the middle of the densest complex of Neolithic and Bronze Age monuments in England, including several hundred tumuli or burial mounds. Okay, burial mounds, right? So mounds, it's like hills, right? Either hills, like small hills, or it's like just mounds or piles of dirt, right? I guess like you can say like some graveyard, right? Like cemetery or something like that. Yeah, like burial mounds, basically, right? Okay, so interesting. Okay, so this is the outer part, right? And according to this explanation over here, apparently in the center, I guess you can kind of see a little bit. There is actually a smaller part of this, right? And then there is also this what is it? The one that is horizontal over here, I guess, the stone. That is also in the middle, right? So yeah, I guess in the one in the middle is probably like average height or height of human, probably, right? But yeah, Stonehenge in July 2007. Okay, so first of all, 2007 is already like 15 years ago, right? So if anyone watching this video for some reason, can you actually come visit this Wikipedia and update the picture with the current one, which is 2022, I guess. Like maybe side by side comparison so that we can kind of see how it looks like, like I believe this kind of stuff also like nowadays I believe not many people is allowed to enter this area, I think, maybe for safety reason as well as for because maybe this is looking very fragile, right? So yeah, you don't want to ruin this specifically as well as not hurting yourself in the process, right? So yeah, there's that. Yeah, like because of that, I guess it's better to actually for some people to take picture of this and just put it on the internet, right? So that maybe people who want to visit this instead of visiting, then they can just watch or see the pictures, right? Like I do probably, right? Because I don't think I will ever go into like gone into this place, right? Maybe some time in the future, probably if I have money, probably I will fly to Europe to decide potentially. But I don't know, I guess that's about 99.9999% chance to not happen. I don't think. Well, what's me jinx myself and that I can actually go there somehow. But yeah, like besides the point, like I mean, like let's think about it rationally, right? Like, I don't really have any money right now, barely have money, and then my parents are already old enough. Um, Need to pay bills, need to pay my siblings' college or university as well, and yeah, there's just a lot of stuff to pay, right? Like, um, even the idea of traveling uh, to the other country is like it's again it's already 99.99% chance, let alone to this specific place, right? So yeah, there you go. Don't think I will ever gone there honestly, but who knows, right? I mean, maybe at that point 0.0000001% chance there I actually made it, but if I do I will cry for sure. But yeah, anyway, map of Wiltshire, showing the location of Stonehenge. Oh, okay, it's over there. um so this is Wiltshire. Either this whole green area over here, or it says that it is in England, right? So I'm not sure if England is all of this. I don't think so, right? Because I think this is only the city or the Wiltshire. I guess the you can say like states or province or regions or whatever, right? But yeah, anyway, there you go. Okay. Oh yeah, I think yeah, this red stuff over here. I think this is the green stuff over here, which is Wiltshire, specifically, and then the Stonehenge is over here, right? Okay. I have some again, like I said in the beginning, right? I have some quite like theory about how they do this, how they did this. I mean, and then what it was supposed to be, right? I think it also got mentioned over here. Yeah, this one, summer solstice, right? So yeah, I think I'll just say it right now. I think it's for solstice. So you guys know, right? The Earth moving around the sun, but um, the movement is not in like a perpendicular, right? Or like parallel, right, towards the the axis of the sun. It's not parallel, so like it's slightly slanted, I believe, like for about few degrees, I think, like I don't know, 30, 40 degrees, 45 degrees, whatever. And that caused the sun, visibly from Earth. It looks like the sun will move, towards the north, and then sometimes it also goes down to the south, and then it also goes back up to the north, and then to the south, and so on and so on. And basically solstice, I believe. Maybe we have to talk about solstice separately in the future. I will probably maybe next year, um, or maybe December, because I think yeah, like I think the winter solstice will happen in December. So yeah, maybe we'll actually discuss that next month then. So what I'm saying is that every time the sun starts to shift from the north going back to south, and then from south going back to the north, I think it is called solstice basically. Or in my country it's called like a reverse point of the sun basically. And yeah, there's that, I guess. Which means that yeah, I think this is for that, so that sometimes the sun will be over here probably, and then sometimes the sun will be over here, so that they can kind of measure, right? Because of this, and then this over here, this can cast shadows, right? Because this is big thing. Yeah, like consider this as a big, like some kind of compass or some kind of clock or something like that. Because of the sun, it will cast some shadows, right? And then they know and then they know when is it, when was it, the time throughout the year, right? So yeah, again, like maybe they consider solstice as their main time determining that things gonna happen, right? So for example, if the sun's starting to go from south to north, it means that maybe we will enter summer, right? So winter will end, right? And therefore they can start preparing for farming, for whatever it is, right? Yeah, like basically it's a mechanism for time, right? Throughout the year. That's my theory. I might be wrong. Most likely I would be wrong. Maybe this is actually alien over here, like alien marking their parking area, parking spot, so that they can return sometime in the future. Maybe that's the case, right? But I try to guess a little bit, using logical sense, right? Like why they need this kind of stuff. Excuse me 1 second, I need to drink. Also, yes, this video has already been almost, or like even maybe 20 minutes, or around 20 minutes, right? um I might probably have to what is it like, yeah, like I have to divide into two parts probably. Anyway, let's actually start talking about the paragraph itself. Archaeologists believe that Stonehenge was constructed from 3000 before century to 2000 before century. Okay, so that's literally 4000, 5000 years ago. That's insane. And the fact that 5000 years ago and like today, the condition of earth actually changed a lot, right? Let's say the land itself, right? Like, because if you're not aware, the land on earth actually moves, right? Every like it periodically will move, right? Like, if you know, um when earth was formed, there's only one big continent, right? And then like the land starts moving, and then it splits into, like divided into ocean and stuff like that. I believe 5000 years ago it was like different, a lot different than today, right? Like the land, maybe even like maybe only meters away, centimeters away, but they shift, right? So I'm kind of curious about the work of this thing, like because this was designed basically 5000 years ago, right? So I wonder if the thing, this Stonehenge can actually still work during this time of era, in 2022, 2022 basically, and see if it actually still works. Well, most likely I don't think so, right? Because like like every like let's say it, the land shift for 1 meter, right? So it means that the placement of the sun, it will be not aligned, right? And then maybe the shadow casted will be off than what it's supposed to be. So yeah, there's that, I guess. Anyway, the surrounding circular earth bank and ditch, which constitute the earliest phase of the monument, have been dated to about 3100 BC. Also, I believe around this area, yeah, like this one over here, right? Apparently, I believe I've seen the picture as well. Like around this Stonehenge, actually, like scatters a lot of similar stones as well, just scatters around this area. So I don't know what happened there, right? Like maybe they had excess amount of stones. Maybe they kind of tried to build something else but failed. Maybe like maybe they got attacked by certain tribes, and that their tribes got annihilated, right? Potentially, that's also a possibility. But I know for sure that there's a lot of stones that scatters around this area as well. So you might I would say that it's either they were not finished, or they just had extra materials, right? It's one way or the other. So yeah, like maybe they're not finished. Maybe they will make something where they would make something else around the area, or even make this one. Like because we know that at the center, the small building, like the small boulder, is at the center, right? And then surrounded by bigger one. And then what if they actually try to surround this with even bigger stuff, right? Um, so yeah, like maybe it will be like 10 meters, 10 meters high, it's possible, right? So yeah, there you go, there's that, I guess. The possibilities are there, right? But yeah, anyway, again, honestly, I'm not feeling into reading any of these. Okay, so about the blue stones, then radiocarbon dating suggests that the first blue stones were raised between 2400 and 2200 BC. That's still even 4000 years ago, basically, or 4.5, right? Like 4 point, 4500, I would say. Although may have been at the site as early as 3000 BC. Yeah, again, 5000 BC. I mean, 5000 years ago, right? Um, I'm not sure what the blue stones is that they are talking about or referring over here. Let's actually check. Okay, etymology. Okay, this is the name, right? The Stonehenge, and they probably like, like a kind of want to know, right, about what's the meaning of Stonehenge, right? Maybe it's henge as in hinge over here, because yeah, like this one, right, on the upright stones, right, because of the horizontal stones at the top, right? Maybe there's that, or who knows, right, what's the actual meaning. Early history, okay. Plan of Stonehenge in 2004 after Cleo et al. And Pitts italicized sized numbers in the text refers to the labels on this plan. Omitted for clarity, holes that no longer or never contain stones are shown as open circles. Stones visible today are shown colored. Um, oh, okay, so this is what they are trying to make probably in the past. Like this is probably like this is all the people that research into this, right? Like maybe they kind of predicted what they were trying to build, right? This looks like, yeah, like this really looks like a thing that will actually tell time, right? um yeah, like first it's circular, second there's all these dots over here, right? And then yeah, like yeah, just basically like that. Also, like this colored one, I guess it's the one in the middle over here, I guess. So those are that, yeah, I guess they're either not finished, right? So yeah, I guess there's that. The answer, they are not finished, basically. Like, but the next question will be, why did they not finish, right? What happened to them, right? Like again, like I said, did they get slaughtered by other tribes? Did some stuff happen, back then, and then they didn't continue this, or what, right? Like, yeah, like the questions always linger, right? Like about what happened to the people, right? Why they never finished this, right? But yeah. Okay, Stonehenge was a place of burial from its beginning to its zenith in the mid third millennium BC. Okay, like the cremation burial dating. Yeah, like okay, so I also mentioned this, right? Like maybe it's also a graveyard, right? Because there's a lot of burial mounds as well, right? And like nearby. So maybe this is like an altar, I guess. Like like if you die, you'll probably get buried around this area, or even in the center of the circle over here, right? And then at the center there is like some kind of altar or something like that, right? Like maybe they worship the sun god, probably. I'm not entirely sure, right? Like, so they make this so that like basically all the people that buried nearby, they can be I don't know, like spared by the sun god, right? Probably. I'm not entirely sure. I don't even know if they actually worship sun or not. That's just coming out of my mouth. Might be wrong. Most likely, I would be wrong, right? But yeah, anyway, but the thing is that when I was created like 5,000 years ago, I would see the sun probably differently than I see the sun like right now, right? Like, like I see this giant ball that shines light, moving from east to west, and then again coming back the next day, east to west. Sometimes it moves to the north, sometimes it moves to the south. Then yeah, like I would probably like think that this is the god, right? Like this is the one that look after us, right? Every single day, right? So yeah, again, like I'm not entirely sure, right? Maybe I'm sure that a lot of people already, make like what is it like did some research about this as well, right? But yeah, like I said, if I see the sun, 5,000 years ago, I will see it completely differently than I'm seeing the sun right now. Like right now, every time I see the sun so bright, I would just be pissed, right? I would be angry because it's too hot, basically, right? Like, like I can't stand this, this, especially in Asia. Well, not really Asia, but more like in any place that is at the equatorial line, I would say, where the sun actually like shines like directly above you, the like full power, like sunlight into you, right? This is just very hot, right? I would probably, I am actually pissed, like um if I'm outside and it's actually very bright and hot, right? But yeah, but again, like if I see the sun back then, I would probably worship the sun, or like I would uh, give offering to the sun. I would think that the sun is actually the god, right? And stuff like that. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, there's that. Okay. Okay, so I'm not sure about what's going on here. I'm not sure if people nowadays are actually trying to finish the Stonehenge, because they keep, like giving the this map over here, right? Like, will people actually continue this or not, right? So yeah, that's the question. Um, Also, this also reminds me of. Do you guys know about the thing? The what is it like? Oh yeah, like there is this stone. Like there is this place that actually um will stack monolith, or like stone, basically like big stone, every 1,000 years, and so far there's only three of them, because one for each millennium, right? So yeah, like they only place three, right? So that's actually interesting. Like I think they already make the map like every what is it, like every 1,000, right? I don't know how they will pass the information and how they will be sure that the people in the future actually will continue, right? But yeah, they basically will stack this stone, and then that it will form pyramid, right? But the thing is that I think 1,000 years is probably too much, honestly speaking, because like the material probably will degrades, across time, and then that, um, like let's say stone like right now, and then stone like let's say 15,000 years from now, right? So it's like the 15th stone, right? Will get stacked on top of the first one. I'm not sure if the first 1,000 stone will actually hold it greatly, right? Like maybe it'll just fragile and it will collapse, right? Who knows, right? But yeah, anyway, there's that. Oh yeah, it's already half an hour already. I guess I will continue it in the next part then. about this one, the Stonehenge, and about the theory. Okay, so I think what happened here is that um, this is probably people try to try to basically try to work out how they plan about doing this in the past, right? Like all this construction basically. So yeah, anyway, I think that'll be it for today's discussion. Let's just continue scrolling down. Yeah, over here, the overall site. Yeah, I think this really looks like, uh, you know, it will rely on the sun, right? And then that it will cast shadow and stuff like that. I think this is what it was supposed to be. But all right. Anyway, okay, function and construction, DNA studies. Okay, yeah, I will continue this in the next part along with the theories over here. But we'll probably talk about these theories first, right? Because yeah, like I said, well, I already said my theory about what they are using it for. As to how they build this, I think I also might have some of my own explanation, like how did they stack the stone on top of this, right? And then that how did they manage to move this big stone in the first place, right? So yeah, there you go. um, but until then, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been 165. I will continue this again. Maybe not directly tomorrow. Maybe it will be directly tomorrow. Who knows? Well, you have to subscribe to find out, right? But yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you again in the next discussions. This is Stealthy. I will see you again very soon. And see ya.